fouls it off. Stays alive. All right, we welcome everybody back that might be watching online at 541radio.com. Apologize that our program unexpectedly quit on us here. We are in the bottom of the second inning, still a 4-0 lead for South Medford. Nobody out, man on at first. Ball poured right side, it'll get into right field. Jet Black will come up with it. He'll throw in. First to third goes Robbie Carl. And Jacob Melton will get on with his second base hit of the game. 2 for 2 for him. That ball rolling into right field just past an outstretched arms of the second baseman Caden Johnson, who couldn't quite get to it. Been a couple of those so far in this ball game. There for Caden Johnson and one earlier for Cody Johnson on the shortstop side. Daniel Shank will bat next. He's 1 for 1 in the game. Scored a run in the first. He picked up an RBI as well. Stands in and takes a pitch high for ball 1. First and third, nobody out. South Medford on top 4-0. Pitch in will just miss the inside corner. 2-0 the count. Out at first base, Jacob Melton dancing around trying to draw the attention of Mandera, but kind of did himself a disservice there. He was headed back to first base as the pitch went to the plate. Now he does draw a pickoff throw, and he'll get back in safely. 2 balls, no strikes at the plate against Daniel Shank. He had the ball that got past Cody Johnson at shortstop. He just couldn't quite range to it in time. He fouls one back to the netting for strike 1 in the at-bat. 2 balls, 1 strike. Waiting on deck, Jalen Owens. He drew a walk in the first and scored a run as well. Two balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Throw over to first. Melton back in, standing up. Indians looking for... They haven't gotten a put-out on the ground yet. Everything's been pop-outs for the put-outs so far. A ground ball double play opportunity here would be perfect. Runner going. That ball ripped down the left field side and way out of play. Having to go back to first now will be Jacob Melton. Took off running on the pitch. 2-2 the count now against Shank. Pulled it to the left side last time up. And he pulled that last one pretty good as another pickoff throw to first by Mandera. Defense was playing him to go opposite field just a little bit. Caught up to that last pitch by Mandera, so now they shift a little bit, play him straight up here. Another throw to first. Melton back in, crawling into the bag. 2 balls, 2 strikes at the plate against Daniel Shank. Shank, he's one of the other top hitters, batting .474 this season coming into this matchup against Roseburg. 2-2, runner going, ground ball. They go to second, and it's another throw error by Mandera as he throws it into center field. Hurried as the runner was going and threw to the wrong guy out at second. I think he was looking at Caden Johnson, who wasn't quite to the bag yet, threw more to him. Caden was headed to the bag, so that throw well behind him. He had no chance to get to it, and it just goes into center field. Scoring easily was Carl, although he was probably going to score anyways. So an RBI there for Shank. Shank reaches on the fielder's choice. Jacob Melton reaching at third on the throwing error. A comebacker right to the mound to Mandera. Just misplayed once again. 5-0 now the lead. South Medford in front. A swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Got him. Thrown out at second base will be Daniel Shank, caught stealing. 2-6 the put out there. First out of the inning. And at the plate, it looked like Jalen Owens was trying to protect the runner by swinging. He'll take for strike 2. 0-2 the count, one away, man on at third. Mandera will get strike 3. So Owens will go down looking. First strikeout victim for Mandera. Big one there. Gets the second out. Strikeouts brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater, automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Needed that one. Fouled back on the first pitch for Jack Thompson. 2 down now. Man on at third. Pitch just a bit inside. It'll go to a 1-1 count. One ball, one strike against the cleanup man. Thompson will take low. 2-1 now the count. Two balls, one strike. Jacob Melton on at third, trying to get the final out here in this second inning. Pitch is high, 3 balls, 1 strike now. 1 run in so far for South Medford. They pull ahead 5-0. Pitch rocketed just past Melton at third there. He had to duck to get out of the way. As Thompson well ahead of that one. He pulls it foul down the line. That was a laser beam right at Jacob Melton. He did everything he could to get out of the way and just barely did. Full count pitch, fouled back. It'll stay 3 balls, 2 strikes. Melton on at third, looking to score for a second time. Nobody behind him, so he will wait to see the ball in play before he takes off. 3-2 pitch. Lifted to left field. Going back is Gillespie towards the wall. This one gonna carry out of here. Jack Thompson will hit his first home run of the season as he clears the bases, brings in 2. And South Medford is putting a bit of a hurting on against the Roseburg Indians here early on. A 2-run shot makes it 7-0 South Medford in front of Roseburg here, bottom of the second inning. Melton scores from third, and Thompson touches them all. He just got around on that one and was able to clear the left field fence, about 340 out there. As a pitch fouled back here for Jalen Parnell. Bit of a wall scraper, just barely clearing the fence out there, but he got enough of it, sent it out of here. Strike called against Parnell, and he's quickly to an 0-2 count as Zach Mandera. Now it's his. If it was a little bit tighter and he just didn't seem to have it, you might make a pitching change. There's a ground ball towards short. Cody Johnson up with it. Will throw over to first base for the final out. First ground out for South Medford in the ball game. And the Panthers leading here now 7-0 as things wrap up in the second inning. We head to the top of the third inning. Roseburg trailing 7-0. You're listening to it here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Off the top of the third inning for visiting Roseburg, the first baseman, number 15, Jonathan Stone.
7-0 your score here as we start the top of the third inning. Roseburg Baseball brought to you by Travel Leaders and Flyaway Travel. Jonathan Stone stands in, and he'll take a pitch inside for ball one against Brandon Latendre, who has been given quite the gift as a pitcher, and fires a strike in there. 7-0 score in favor of South Medford. A home run by Jack Thompson in the last half inning, bringing in 2. Jonathan Stone gets well ahead of one, pulls it down the left field side. That one well hit, but it's going to go well foul. Probably didn't have enough to carry all the way to the fence. Needs to straighten it out a little bit here. Stone, one of the top hitters for the Indians this season as he takes a breaking ball outside. Jonathan Stone this year came in batting a .450, his first at-bat of the day. Gets underneath this one, golfs it out to shallow center. Melton, one of the top outfielders in the state, will range towards the alley just a bit to make the catch for out number 1. So 1 down. Terrell Jacks will hit next.
Catcher, number 10,
Terrell is
Jacks.
in the 8th spot in the lineup here. Indians had the leadoff double, but they have only brought the minimum to the plate so far as a pitch in for a strike against Terrell, a breaking ball. The put out at home plate on the assist by the first baseman Robbie Carl from shallow right field made it the minimum in that first inning. Ball out towards the alley in left center, and it'll get down. Terrell Jacks has done a nice job this season picking up hits, and he gets one there. Second hit of the ballgame for the Indians. Soft liner to left center will drop in. Melton, who's quick.
Number 18, Jet
Jacob
Black.
Melton is quick out there in center field. He just couldn't quite get to that one. Terrell Jacks batting a .333 coming into it. Picks up his 5th hit this season. Jet Black will bat next, the 9 hitter. He fouls away the first pitch for strike 1. 1 away, 1 on. Indians needing to build some sort of momentum here, trailing 7-0. Inside, Jet Black will have a 1-1 count. Jet is hitting .409 this season. It's been a youth movement that's been impressive for the Indians this year. Sophomores leading the way at the plate. It's a ground ball up the middle. It's picked up by the shortstop. Ankeny will throw it to first. Didn't have enough on it to get through the infield. And a nice gift for Ankeny at second base. He gets the ground ball and is right on top of the bag, able to turn 2. And the Indians still continue to send just the minimum to the plate. Through 3 innings, they've sent 9 to the dish. And the Roseburg Indians continue to trail. 7-0 your score as we go to the bottom of the third on CBS Sports Radio, 1490, The Score.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer in you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Bottom of the third inning, Roseburg Baseball brought to you by Mart. Zach Ankeny stands in against Zach Mandera to lead things off here in the third for South Medford. A foul ball will give him an 0-2 count. Ankeny had a sac fly to drive in a run back in the first inning. 0-2 count for him here as Mandera trying to put up a scoreless frame, and he'll get a punch out. That one caught me by surprise. Low inside corner, called strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Zach Mandera, and he gets one in here to lead things off in the third. Brandon Latendra will stand in. The pitcher for South Medford. He'll take a strike. To lead things off, he's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Flew out to center field. Fouls one away here. Gives him an 0-2 count. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball towards third, knocked down by Stoffel, and he's not going to be able to make the play over at third base. Brandon Latender will get on with the error. That one popping out of the glove for Stoffel. Hard there towards third, but just unable to hang on to it. Took it on a short hop. Tough play, but
right fielder,
just could not make the out. So man on at first, Jaron Emerson will stand in, and he will foul away the first pitch. And he'll get a courtesy runner.
At first base, number 13, Gio Botero.
Gio Botero will be running there at first. Pitch high and inside for ball one, a 1-1 count. Mandera will kick in, gets a breaking ball in for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now against Emerson, the right fielder, 0 for 1 in the game with a fly ball to right field. Mandera, throw over to first, back in safely will go Botero. Warming up in the bullpen for the Roseburg Indians, Mason Littlefield, the junior. He is getting loose down there. They will get a strike 3 call out of Zach Mandera for out number 2. Mentioned that he'll pick up steam as the game goes along, and he's gotten 3 strikeouts in the last inning and a third. It's 2 outs now here in the bottom of the third inning with a man on at first, 2 down. Robbie Carl will stand in. He drew a walk to lead things off in the second, and he'll line out to second base. Caden Johnson able to get in front of it. So the Indians get out of the third inning without giving up a run. No runs, no hits, 1 error for the Indians, and 1 man left on base. Clean frame there for Zach Mandera. He'll probably be limited due to his pitch count here soon, up to 70 pitches in the ball game as the Indians come up to hit in the top of the 4th inning when we return after this 60-second break on 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Start out the 4th inning. Garrett Russell will lead things off for the Indians, who will head back to the top of the lineup. Takes a pitch inside for ball 1. On the mound, Brandon Latendre still pitching for South Medford as he misses outside. A 2-0 count now against Garrett. Garrett led off the game with a double for the Indians. He'll chop this one towards second. Slow roller there. Jalen Owens, though, able to get to it no problem, and he'll make the put out at first. 4-3 the score there. 1 out. 1, 2, 3 hitters due up for Roseburg in this 4th inning. Roseburg with just 2 hits in the ballgame so far. On the other side, 5 hits for South Medford. Line drive shot will get over the top of the shortstop for Johnson. They'll make it 3 hits in the ballgame for the Indians. They'll get a man on for a 3rd time in the ballgame. Looking to try and get something going here. Trailing 7-0 in the 3rd inning. Johnson had a sac bunt in the 1st inning when the Indians looked like they had things moving for him right off the top. So 1 for 1 today for Caden Johnson. Pitch low and outside, knocked down by Thompson behind the plate. As Doran Gillespie will stand in, and he's got the 1-0 count. Caden Johnson had come into the game, .364 hitter. So picking up a base knock there. Over the heart of the plate for Doran, and he lets it go by, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Indians just got to find some way to start chipping away at this 7-0 deficit. Gillespie will get underneath it, fouls it over right side towards the Roseburg's. Fouls it over towards Roseburg's dugout down the first base side. It'll get well into the grandstands behind the dugout. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes against Gillespie. Roseburg Baseball is brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. They were proud sponsors of the Jim Robinson Twilight Invitational that took place at Roseburg High School over the weekend, the track and field team. Swing, and he reached for it, fouled it off down the first base side. Staying alive, Gillespie will get another look. Not a great day for outdoor athletics on Saturday. Rainy, windy, cold. But they had the Twilight Invitational, an annual event. It's always a big one. Congrats to Tyler Sconce on winning the shot put. 1-2 pitch for Gillespie. Gets underneath this one towards the alley out in right center. On the run is Emerson. He'll get there in time. Hung up a little too long for Gillespie. Got a nice bat on it, just underneath it a bit too much. And the right fielder will make the play for South Medford. 2 down. Back to first. Scampers Caden Johnson, gets back to the bag. And there's 2 down with a man still on at first for the Indians. Brody Black stands in, 0 for 1 in the ballgame with a pop out in the 2nd. First pitch, breaking ball, called for a strike. Latendre on the mound. The righty will kick and fire, and it's outside. Ball 1. 1-1 count. Roseburg softball is in action today up at Stewart Park. They are hosting South Medford. 2 teams looking to kind of get off the schneid in conference play. As a fastball tails away to the right-handed hitting Brody Black. He has a 2-1 count. Roseburg golf in action today. Tennis as well, both boys and girls. Is another foul ball back to the screen. This time, 2 balls, 2 strikes for Brody. So a busy day today for the Roseburg Indians. Everybody seems to be out and about in action. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Latendre looking to wrap things up, and he will. Gets a swinging strikeout. And Brody Black will go down as out number 3 as the Indians leave a man stranded. Send 4 hitters to the plate here in the 4th. That's the first time they do that, but they are unable to take advantage. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Roseburg trailing South Medford 7-0 here on 1490 The Score.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Leading off the home half of the 4th inning.
Starting out the bottom of the 4th inning, top of the lineup here, Jacob Melton, Daniel Shank, and Jalen Owens. They'll face a new pitcher as Mason Littlefield will take over on the mound for the Roseburg Indians. And his first pitch from the righty to the lefty, Jacob Melton, will be called for a strike. This call to the pen is brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction, your local leader for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulena or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Count evens up at 1-1 as a pitch low from Littlefield to Melton, who's 2 for 2 with a double and a single. He pulls that one towards first, and it gets by Jonathan Stone into right field. Up with it is Jet Black, and Melton will go in with another double to lead things off here in the 4th. Pulled that one right down the line. And a bit of an olé at first base by Jonathan Stone. That one hot on him. Gets by into the corner out in right field.
Here's the Panthers' third baseman.
Daniel Shank will stand in with a man out at second and nobody out. 7-0 score. South Medford in front here in the bottom of the 1st after the Shelby and Migulena Construction call to the pen. Mason Littlefield taking over for Zach Mandera. Zach moved over to 3rd, takes over for Jace Stoffel over there. Stoffel comes out of the game. And Littlefield comes in for him. Pitch was low from Littlefield to Shank, who is 1 for 2 in the game. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd, was caught stealing. He does have 2 RBI. Takes a pitch outside and low for a 2-0 count. Zach Mandera goes 3 innings. Faced 18 batters. Pitch in the dirt. We'll move to a 3-0 count now for Shank. Through 73 pitches, so he's going to have a few days of rest there. 5 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts for Mandera. 3-0 pitch coming up here for Shank. Gets a strike across. Three balls, 1 strike for Littlefield. He delivers to Shank, and he gets it in on the inside corner. And turn of events here. He goes from a 3-0 count to working it back to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So right now, Zach Mandera on the hook for the loss unless his team can bail him out. 3-2 pitch. Low for ball 4. Nice job by Littlefield to fight back, but he'll end up walking Shank. And for Roseburg, that's the 4th batter walked by Indians pitchers so far. 1st and 2nd with nobody out. Jalen Owens will stand in, the second baseman. 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Struck out looking back in the 2nd. Had a walk in the 1st and scored a run. Littlefield's first pitch is fouled back to the screen for strike 1. Mason Littlefield. This is his first action this season on the mound. Has not pitched yet for the Indians so far this season. The 0-1 delivery for Owens. Strike on a breaking ball called by the home umpire, Scott Rice. And that puts Littlefield ahead, 0-2. Middle infielders, Johnson and Johnson holding on Melton out there at second. He's taken off running, the ball out towards center field, and it's over the top of the second baseman, Johnson, who tried to get it in shallow center. Melton will score as he was running on the play. It'll be a single and an RBI for Jalen Owens, picking up his first hit of the game. Just a soft flare into center field, just barely into the outfield grass for Jalen Owens. And that will make it 8-0 in favor of South Medford. Still nobody out here in the fourth. First pitch swinging. Foul ball. Didn't feel like I got a call on that one right away. Foul ball sharply hit down the third base line by Jack Thompson. It looked like it was going to be more runs and extra bases for Thompson, but he has to come back to the plate. Owens on at first, Shank out at second. Nobody out, 2 on, 1 run in already here in the fourth. The 0-1 delivery from Littlefield. Just misses on a breaking ball. Evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. South Medford scored 4 in the first, 3 in the second, and they've added another one here in the fourth inning as they have built a substantial lead. In the dirt for a 2-1 count from Littlefield. So Roseburg going with Mason Littlefield. That's going to save some of their guys that have thrown more innings for possibly the next game or for tomorrow when Roseburg's scheduled to take on Sheldon in Eugene. 2-1 pitch is yanked hard foul, and that one may have a chance of getting its way all the way over towards the street. I think it ended up in the parking lot, and based on the reaction from Jack Thompson, that one might have hit somebody's car or was close to it. The 2-2 delivery here for Thompson. Outside, makes it a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the fourth. It's an 8-0 ball game in favor of South Medford. Errors, misplays, just not fundamental baseball for Roseburg has gotten them in trouble here today as a pitch misses for ball 4. And it'll be another walk here in the fourth for Littlefield. It's going to load the bases with nobody out, and the Indians facing some trouble here. Could be on our way to a possible short ball game as Thompson will come out for a courtesy runner.
Number 4,
Sebastian Molina will come in to run again. Ran for Thompson back in the first inning when he got on with a single. Thompson hit the home run back in the second, so he's been on base 3 times. Scored twice, the courtesy runner scoring in the first inning. Then Thompson scoring for himself there in the second on the home run. He's got 3 RBI in this game. Top half of the lineup doing some good damage, but it's not just them. Everybody's been driving in runs for South Medford against Roseburg so far. Jalen Parnell will stand in. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Nobody out here. Ground ball towards third, but foul. Make it an 0-1 count. Playing with the infield back kind of at regular depth here. Mandera playing back. Now they're going to draw everybody in. So the middle infielders, Cody and Caden Johnson, will play up close to the grass. Pitch just outside, evens it up at 1 ball, 1 strike against Parnell. Parnell, the 5-hitter, reached on a walk in the first, but grounded out to shortstop back in the second. 1-1 pitch from Littlefield. High and inside. Jonathan Stone playing in front of the runner down at first. Zach Mandera playing back about even with the bag there at third. The 2-1 pitch beans him, and that'll bring in a run. Jalen Parnell earning the RBI there. Scoring will be Daniel Shank, and it's 9-0 South Medford. Base is still loaded with nobody out.
Panthers shortstop.
Here in the bottom of the fourth inning. So Parnell now on at first. Sebastian Molina out at second, running for Jack Thompson. And Jalen Owens at third. Is standing in will be Zach Ankeny, the shortstop. Takes low for ball one. Ankeny struck out looking in the third inning. One of 3 strikeouts for Zach Mandera. He'll take a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. So now the Indians likely starting to plan for the next game. Ball fouled away. Likely expecting it to be Cody Johnson that will get the ball in game 2. We'll see if he has something that will work out for the Indians. See if they can get their bats going as well. Ball pulled towards third. It's picked up by Mandera. Nobody covering second, so he'll have to throw to first. And they get 1 out, and that's what they need, at least 1 out, and a run does come in to score. So Ankeny will pick up an RBI on the ground out. 5-3 the put out, 1 away. Scoring was Jalen Owens. Up to third base goes Molina.
Batting for South Medford, the pitcher, Brandon Latendra.
So another run in, 10-0 your score in favor of South Medford. 1 out. Brandon Latendra will stand in. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1 against Latendra. He's in line to pick up his 3rd win of the season on the mound. Zach Mandera again is in line to get his first loss of the year. Latendra will take strike 1 on the outside corner. 1-1 count. So Ankeny hit that one to third. It looked like slow to get to the bag was second baseman Caden Johnson, so Mandera didn't have anybody to go to there. So he just ended up going to first. Ball hit high on the infield grass. Third baseman Mandera will make the catch on the chalk line. Almost tripped over the edge of the infield grass, but he makes the grab. And there's 2 away. Brandon Latendra 0 for 3 in the ballgame.
Here's the Panthers' right fielder.
So 2 down, and Jaron Emerson will stand in. He's 0 for 2 in this ballgame. The bottom half of the lineup has struggled somewhat against the Indians, but still have been somewhat productive. Robbie Carl with a run out of the 9-hole as the ball fouled away off the front foot for Emerson. 10-0 our score here. We are in the bottom of the 4th. 4 in the first, 3 in the second. 3 more runs here in the 4th. And all of them earned, it looks like so far. It's a ball fouled back for strike 2 against Emerson. I had, I guess, an unearned run in there somewhere. I believe in that first inning there was an unearned run. Swing and a miss, Sata Emerson, and a strikeout brought to you by Good Vibrations. Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Mason Littlefield with the swinging strikeout against Jaron Emerson. Gets us out of this 4th inning, but 3 more runs come in, and the Indians trail 10-0. Their final at-bats coming up unless they can get a run when we return here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. and we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Zach Mandera leads things off for the Roseburg Indians here in the 5th, and the first pitch will be a foul ball for strike one as Brandon Letendre will stay in there to try and go the complete 5 innings to pick up the victory. 0-1 pitch for Mandera. Gets underneath it out towards right field. This one's shallow towards the line on the run. Catch made by Emerson in right field for out number 1. He ended up against the Cyclone fence down that line as he makes the grab. 1 away. Indians down to their last 2 outs here in game 1 of our doubleheader.
Pinch hitting for Roseburg, number 12.
Here in the 6th spot, it'll be Luke Van Norman to hit for the Indians. A lefty will stand in. Van Norman, a sophomore. Swung and missed at the first pitch. Now he'll take strike 2. He takes over for Cody Johnson, who was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Van Norman fouls one away. Stays an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. He goes down with the strikeout. Another strikeout there for Brandon Letendre. Van Norman goes down with the K, and now Jonathan Stone will stand in. 2 down, nobody on base. Pitch is high and inside for ball 1. So not the finest moment of the season for the Roseburg Indians. They'll try to bounce back and get a split here on the road as a pitch low and outside, a 2-0 count. Cody Johnson mentioned expect to see him on the mound in game 2. 2-0 for Stone. Takes at the belt for strike 1. For those that are watching online, when we get done with game 1, we'll reset and start a broadcast for game 2 as a ball fouled in the air. First base side carries out of play for strike 2. Well, we will have on the video broadcast our post-game show, the Roseburg Disposal post-game show, where we will cover things like our Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning player of the game, which could be a little lean. Not a lot of great moments for the Indians here to start out as another foul ball for Stone. We'll keep it a 2-2 count. We'll also take a look at any other scores we might have for you around the Umpqua Basin and the Southwest Conference with the Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. So stay with us here. Got plenty coming up for you. Today's game has been brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? 2-2 pitch outside, and we go to a full count. Letendre has only gotten up to 59 pitches in this game. He has been efficient. The Indians not getting a lot of hits. There's a ball towards first base, diving for it. Unable to come up with it. Robbie Carl down that first base side. That almost looked like it bounced up and caught him in the face, but I think it might have hit off of his arm or something. Seems to be good. Foul ball stays at a full count now for Stone. So with this, Roseburg will drop into a tie with Sheldon, depending on what they do with their first game of their doubleheader today. Stone, a comebacker up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Ankeny, and he'll throw to first, not in time. And everybody stunned on the infield for South Medford, that much closer than I was anticipating. And Jonathan Stone, quick out of the box. He's got those long legs to stride down the first base line, and he gets in safely at first. So an infield hit for the Indians.
Catcher, Terrell Jacks.
And Roseburg looking to see if they can extend this game. All they need is 1 run, and we would head to the bottom of the 5th. As a first pitch strike in against Terrell Jacks, a breaking ball. Called for a strike. Pitch just a little bit elevated with another breaking ball. 1-1 Latender's count against Terrell. Terrell had a single, a soft liner to left field in the second inning as he takes another strike. Gives him a 1-2 count. That at the time was the second hit of the ball game for Roseburg. They've had a hit in every inning except for the second, and they've only tallied 4 total, though. Terrell will go down with a swing and a miss, and that'll wrap things up. Needed one more batter to get through it, and that will finish things out. Roseburg gets shut out for the first time this season. The Roseburg Indians will go to 7-2 on the season, 3-1 in conference play. And South Medford improves to 6-3 on the year, 3-0 in conference. Roseburg will look to get the split when we come back for Game 2, but we've got your Roseburg Disposal postgame show coming up next here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Game number 2 will be.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
And we come back here as we wrap up Game 1 of our doubleheader. The Roseburg Indians fall 10-0, your final score. Taking a look at your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update, offering a wide range of high-quality lumber, plywood, and building-related materials. Garrettson Building Supply supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. Roseburg, no runs on 4 hits. They had 4 errors in the ball game. South Medford, 10 runs on 7 hits, no errors in this one. Picking up the win will be Brandon Latendre, who goes to 3-1 on the year as he pitches all 5 innings for South Medford to get the victory. Zach Mandera suffering his first loss of the year as he pitches 3 innings in the loss, gave up 7 runs, 6 of them earned, and moves to 4-1 on the season. Not a great one here for the Indians in Game 1. Going to take a big bounce-back effort in Game 2 to try and get a split, and if they can, then they would finish today in at least a tie for first with South Medford for first place in the Southwest Conference. If they lose them both, they could find themselves right in that middle spot of the conference standings, which is going to be tough. Roseburg, they want to try and stay up there with 1 loss would be really big for them if they could stay up at the top of the conference standings and ahead of other teams like Sheldon and North Medford, South Eugene, some of those teams in there that are going to be vying for those final couple of playoff spots. You really want to do yourself as many favors as you can. Try and stay ahead of everybody else in the loss column, so you're not waiting down to the very end of the conference season to find out whether or not you might be able to actually get in to a postseason spot. Roseburg, of course, no runs in the game, but South Medford 4 in the first, 3 in the second, and they scored 3 in the fourth for their 10-0 victory. They have dominated Southwest Conference play so far. South Medford allowed no runs against Grants Pass and just 1 against Sheldon, so they've allowed 1 run in 3 games in conference play so far. 3-for-3 day for Jacob Melton. Let's see here. 2-for-2 day for Jack Thompson, and plenty of other guys with hits in there as well. And we will cover a lot more of those individual statistics as we continue on with your Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. We will go ahead and take the break. When we come back, we'll look at some of the individual numbers for you as we continue on here in the post-game show and get you ready for Game 2 coming up in just a few moments. Also, here in between games, going to take a moment to talk to Jeremiah Robbins from the Umpqua Community College Riverhawks baseball program. Got a chance to talk with him last Friday on my sports talk show, Off the Wall, and we'll get a chance to catch up with him here in between games as we get ready for Game 2. We'll have that interview for you. A pretty fun one there. Former standout here in the Umpqua Basin, former Doc Stewart's coach, and former star there at Douglas High School, but he's going to be coming back to coach baseball at Umpqua Community College, so fun to chat with him, and we'll have that for you here in just a little bit in between games. Going to go ahead and take the break. We'll come back. We'll look at numbers, wrap things up for you, and name our Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning player of the game for the Roseburg Indians. Back with more of the Roseburg Disposal postgame show after this here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer in you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Back here in our Roseburg Disposal post-game show for Game 1. The Roseburg Indians fall 10-0 against South Medford. Taking a look at your pitching stats, we didn't get a chance to run through that. Brandon Latendra gets the win, 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, no runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Zach Mandera takes the loss, going 3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. 1 inning pitch for Mason Littlefield in relief. He gave up 2 hits, 3 runs. They were earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. That was a pitching change there in that game in the 4th inning. And the pitching changes brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction. Offensive numbers for Roseburg, Garrett Russell with a double to lead off the game, goes 1 for 2. Caden Johnson goes 1 for 1 with a sack bunt and a single. Jonathan Stone goes 1 for 2 in the game, and Terrell Jacks 1 for 2 as well. Down at the bottom of the lineup, Jet Black only got to hit once in this contest. Cody Johnson hit once, and then Luke Van Norman got a pinch hit in there for him. But not a lot of offensive production for the Indians. Offensive numbers for South Medford again. Jacob Melton, 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored, 2 doubles in there. Big day for him. Daniel Shank goes 1 for 2 in this game, goes 2 runs scored, had a couple RBIs, was caught stealing. Jalen Owens, 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Jack Thompson, 2 for 2 with a single and a home run, had 3 RBI, got on base 3 times. Jalen Parnell goes 0 for 1 in the game, got a walk and a hit by pitch, did drive in a run. Zach Ankeny, the shortstop, goes 0 for 2, did have 2 RBI, an RBI groundout and a sac fly. Brandon Latendre goes 0 for 3 at the plate. Jaron Emerson goes 0 for 3, and Robbie Carl goes 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Time now here in the post-game show to name our Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning Player of the Game. Your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Well, we like to name a Player of the Game for the Roseburg Indians, but that slim pickings there today. That was not a lot of bright spots from that opening game. But let's go ahead and give it to Garrett Russell for leading off the game with a double. Bright spot, bright moment for the game for the Indians there. Unfortunately, did not work out. He was thrown out trying to tag up and score from third on a shallow fly ball from Doran Gillespie in that first inning. The ball was caught in shallow right field by Robbie Carl, the first baseman, who turned and fired to the plate. And he made a great throw to the plate on an awkward angle and was able to get the speedy Garrett Russell from third trying to score on the sac fly. So Garrett Russell will be our player of the game for the leadoff double. Not a lot of bright spots there, but that was one of them in the ball game here today. That'll do it for your Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. We'll have more for you as we continue on towards Game 2 of today's doubleheader. When we come back, we'll have a quick word with Umpqua Community College baseball coach Jeremiah Robbins. He was just announced as the new head coach going into next season, wrapping up his time with Lewis Clark State College this year, and then he will take over in June for the Riverhawks and their brand new baseball program. We talked to him on Friday. We'll have that interview for you to play back here as we get ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. Okay.